welcome back to another episode of the Calm Mind, Better Results podcast. It is your boy, Make-A-Wish here, back to bring you another one to think about. Alright, so quite recently I was having this conversation with this young lady, young adult, and she was saying to me that essentially life is rough. Life is hard. Life is tough. Everything she goes through, things don't go her way. And she's just at wit's end. Why is it to be this way? Why do things have to go the way they go? And that got me to thinking. I was talking about her about this. It's hard. That's how it is. That's actually the reality of life. Life is really rough. Life is very uncaring and ungiving to what you want and what we want as people. More often than not, as you guys been following my content thus far, you see, we can't be prepared for everything in life. More often than not, the things that we are introduced to, we have to learn how to go through them or have some kind of experience going into it beforehand, otherwise we suffer. Well, not necessarily suffer, but we have a hard time getting through things. And that's why one of the most realest things that you could ever hear from someone in your entire life right now is going to be said right here. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. And I'm going to keep on saying this again. You're going to fail. Life is going to be rough. All the plans that we make aren't going to go how we want them to be. It's not going to be a smooth sailing ride. Everything that we want in life, unless it is handed down to us, and even then, there's no guarantee, there's no strings attached to it. More often than not, when we make plans in our life, plans do things. Our goals, our dreams, we have to have more knowledge, gather more experience, have the proper mentor or tools or whatever in place to help increase our chances of success. That's one thing they don't tell you too often. Especially in the high school scene. High school going to college. Everyone has this misconception that you go to school, do your time, get your degrees, you come out ready to rock, and you're gonna have this fantastical, miraculously spectacular life because your job just fall into place. And then when the job falls into place, the career falls into place, you're gonna get all the money coming around, you have all the big fancy houses and all the good jazz. Because that's how you planned it. That was the plan going into it. When you was talking to your guidance counselor back in like 9th or 10th grade, That was the plan. Things don't ever go that way. More often than not, what I'm thinking about right now, I don't want to put a number on this, because I'm pretty sure everyone has different case scenarios, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, 67.347% of the time, especially nowadays, people, what you go to school for, or what you're thinking about going to college for and getting your degree in, you may not be in that field of study at all. Because plans change. Plans change all the time. One of the biggest reasons why that is the case is because, for the most part, we do not have the right playbook about how to go about doing things. There is processes in which we can take to increase the chances of us getting the things we want when we make proper plans. Let's say proper. We make the plans that we want to act upon to get further in our life. And then there is there's steps. There's steps to that. Oh my goodness, so much. I gotta make a webinar about this one of these days soon, because this is a very detailed, intricate situation. There's a lot that goes into it. A lot of people don't seem to understand that there's just wanting to do something, or wanting to be something, or wanting to go somewhere. It always takes a lot more effort to get what you want when you got put something. When you have that thought running around your head. So let's go down the rabbit hole. Let's go down the rabbit hole. But this is one of the ones that was actually very big and popular back in the days. Growing up, saw that shit all the time on TV, in the movies, whatever. When I grow up, I want to be let's go a police officer. That's a lot more. I was gonna say astronaut, because that's the typical one. I'm gonna walk on the moon and all that good shit. Let's go with police officer. I'm gonna be something a little more realistic. Well, not realistic, but a little more shit. Actually, I was gonna be a police officer at one point in time. I can actually give more information in regards to the situation, because in fact, I was going through that route. When I was a little kid, I said that shit. Hell no. However, though, like I said, before, like I said before, if you don't have direction, you're going to be going different directions all the time. Your direction is not going to be clear in life where you're going to go. So at one point in time, I was going to go about being a police officer. But that was my current life and what they're going to pull me towards. So just going, I want to be a police officer, right? Unless you're going the schooling route, which helps bypass some things, or unless you're going the military route, which helps bypass some things. So that right there, that's two different career paths that bring you back to police officer, right? And then there's the regular Joe Schmo like me, coming off the street, I want to be a police officer. That's three different paths right there. And all three of those different paths can take completely different dynamics and curves in life, or which way for you to get that path you want to be. And then just being a regular beat cop police officer for my lovely city is a process. One thing, you have to be physically ready to take a test. You gotta be physically ready to interview, or mentally ready to interview. Sorry, physically. You gotta be physically ready to abide by the guidelines and the parameters of what you want to do things with. Like those three things are those are things that some people may have the basic concept about, but it's certain time frames and other more details in each aspect of that, okay? Or, like a few other guys I do know, they were in the military, being a military police officer, which, coming back to that police officer thing that was talking before, they have the experience doing things on a military base. So they're kind of offset the lack of experience of being a regular off the block Joe Schmo trying to get a job there. So I'm just giving you like three different examples. Let's say probably 9 or 10 more that I can slowly think about. But these things right there, like the path our lives take us. One of the best way to put this, right? Even though I thought about doing this or doing that, doing a third, for you to make sometimes one step forward or 2 steps forward, you might have to take 3 steps back. 1 to the left, 2 to the right, spin in a circle for a little bit, stop in place before you can make that next step forward. And that's exactly how life goes. Like, in all honesty, speaking of police officers, flash the lights, I have to slow down. Just because I ain't trying to, not play a race card right now. But no, that's how it is. It's just one thing, the way life works. If you have a direction in which you want to go, it's easier to maintain focus on going that direction because you're more optimistic about doing things a certain kind of way. You're going a certain path, so you're looking forward to doing some more of the work to actually get what you want to get in life. So one thing we can do to help control the way our lives work and the way our lives work, the direction our lives take, is by actually having preset plans. Talking with someone who's been through the experience is one way to help bypass that. Or another way is if you constantly have someone just actually mentoring you to go that route. That's another step. Like a life coach. You know. But in honesty, that's what it is. Someone who's been there to help give you that guidance. That's one of the biggest things that we happen to lack more often not in our culture is having someone to give us guidance. But more often not, we tend to go through our life fumbling and floundering around, flopping on the side of the road like a dying fish gasping for air, until someone smacks into a cup of water. A bucket of water. So that we get a little breather, and now we're moving a little direction towards what we want to do. Because one of the biggest things in life that that needs to be said is that if you don't understand this, it's going to be a crucial concept that you must understand at some point in time in your life, is the fact that if you are not working towards your own goals and dreams and your future to better yourself, you are going to be forced to work on someone else's future to better their life and better their life. I lost the thought what we're gonna say there. If you're not working towards yourself actively to try to do something better for yourself, directionally, guidance-wise, you are going to be working under someone else's help to help better them, help make their life better. That's how it is. Not saying that everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, but even then, you're still helping someone else better their own stuff, better their life, by being the person purchasing stuff from them. But if you're working a regular job, 9 to 5, 8 to 10, sure, 8 to 10, doing overtime, something like that. Every time you go there, you're playing your part, you're playing your role, you're helping someone make some product or deliver some service to better the economy, the community, and their wallets. You are getting your pay, you're getting your justifiable pay in a situation, but you're still helping someone else do their thing. That's not to the point in time where, unless you decide you're gonna be a career person and help make this company grow astronomically by adding your potential services and benefits of a person to them to make things better, and still getting your knowledge from that. Because even at that point in time, no matter which way you cut it, you're still helping to make that person's life better, helping to potentially make them rich, or richer, or wealthy, or wealthier, whatever it is. That's how it is. Or, this is the killer right here, if you go yourself into a relationship and you don't know what direction you want to take in this relationship, the other person in your relationship is going to help dictate which direction you're going to go. And if you're just willy-nilly, again, not having any direction on how you want things to be, or not having your own set parameters of how you want your relationship to look, you are going to be at the helm of someone else dictating what's going to be happening for you in your life. So as I said, no matter which way you cut it, if you don't have your own plans in place in the direction of life you're going to go, you are going to be forced to be at the helm of someone else holding your reins and guiding your ship. That's just how it is. That is a fact of life. The only thing you can really do in that situation there is have a better idea about what you want to do to help guide your life in the direction you want to go. Even then, it takes a lot more steps than that. Like I said, forward, back this way, come around this way, just pause for a little bit, give it a little time, get back on the ring. A whole bunch of, that's the way life works. That's the way life works. More for not, that involves a lot of failures. If you're lucky, you succeed right from the very beginning. And then you just grow from there. until another side step comes over, or bypass thing, or just whatever. Life is funny. Best way to put that. Life is a very horrible joke teller. Oh man. But no, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna cut it off right there. But I have so much more important stuff. Like I said, as I said earlier, there's a few more different directions I can take this. But I'm just going a little quick rant and let you guys give you something to think about. So, that being said, my friends, we're gonna change the world one person at a time, starting with you. There you go. Make a wish.